All right, guys, so let's start taking a look now at the single leg takedown, okay? And let's look at a few common mistakes that people make when they're in the single leg, okay? And if you guys can fix these little mistakes, I'm sure you're gonna have much more success with the single leg takedown. So, however you set it up, okay, doesn't matter too much, okay? The concepts are all gonna apply. So whether you wrestled up from bottom or you hit this takedown from standing, gi or no gi, it's not gonna make too much of a difference, okay? So let's start off down in the starting position here where my training partner, maybe I shot in on his leg, okay, or maybe I came up from guard position and I start coming up on the leg over here and I get to this position. So first of all, guys, I wanna make sure that the first mistake that I see a lot of people making here is when I get to this position, once I'm hugging the leg and controlling the leg, we try to just pick the leg up straight from here, okay? And if I try to stand up and squat while his foot's still on the floor, his leg's gonna feel like it's 1,000 pounds, okay? There's no way that I'm gonna be able to pick this up. When he's hipping into me, when he's pushing my leg, is making it very, very difficult for me to lift this leg up, okay? I'm basically just doing a deadlift over here with his leg, okay? What I wanna focus on instead is, just gonna move a little bit this way. Once I'm here and I'm in this position, I wanna have good posture and I wanna keep my head well connected to his ribs over here, okay? So I keep my temple right in his ribs, and notice that my whole body is stacked. My head and shoulders are above my hips are above my knee, and I'm in good position here, okay? So the first thing, guys, is gonna be how we get up, okay? I have to have good posture, okay? And I have to make sure that my body is stacked over here. And now when I stand up, I cannot just stand up straight from here. Okay, what I have to do is I have to transfer the weight from this leg to that leg. I'm attacking this leg, so he wants this one heavy. So right now, it's gonna be hard for me to take this foot off the ground. Okay, so another very common thing, guys, is the way that we grip. Okay, when I grip, I want the inside hand, the one that's in front of his body, palm facing up. This is a small detail, but it can make the difference when your opponent's defending hard over here. If I go palm facing up, and I lock my hands above his knee, now from here, when he goes to try to fight my grip, the way that my grip is set makes it hard for him to grip. If I switch my grip over here, very, very simple, looks subtle, but when he goes to pull my wrist up, he can separate my hands much easier. So we want to lock our hands with the palm facing the inside hand in front of him, palm facing up. We lock our hands, Gable grip, and I suck that knee in nice and tight, okay? So, two things, guys. How we stand up, we never come up and try to pick the leg up, and we never position our inside hand palm facing down. We always want to go palm facing up and we lock up. Okay, so we're in good posture here. We have our first thing, our grip set, and our posture is strong. Now when it's time for me to get up, I got to transfer that weight by driving into him. You hear this all the time, drive into your opponent. It's very, very important that I'm driving into him and I'm looking through his body here. So once I'm in nice and tight, okay, my neck's not bent and I want to keep my temple nice and tight and a strong neck, strong back. Now from here, I drive off my back toes and watch how I transfer that weight. Transfer that weight, toes on the mat, transfer that weight. And now when I go to stand up, he's hopping and that leg becomes very, very light for me. Okay, so those small details are gonna make a huge difference for you to actually pick up and get to the leg. If I don't keep him hopping around constantly, and I don't keep a strong connection to him with my head, once my head pushes into him, I can pull him around, and now from here, I'm gonna be able to start going to the leg, I'm gonna be able to start running the pipe, I'm gonna be able to start pushing and pulling his leg up nice and high and getting into strong finishing positions, okay? But I have to constantly keep him thinking about his base and not thinking about defending, okay? So, these are all conceptual ideas, but and obviously some technical mistakes that a lot of people make, but very, very important if you want to improve your finishing percentage, okay? So again, let's run through them real quick. Starting off at the bottom. We're down here, we got to our single leg, okay? And we're in good position where our body is stacked. First thing, guys, keeping good posture and the grip. Palm facing up. Just to start, Gable grips, a variety of different ways that we can grip the leg, but just for the sake of the video, we're gonna come in and we're just gonna talk about the Gable grip right now. I come in, palm facing up, and we lock hands, elbows are drawn in. Be disciplined about this. Keep your elbows drawn in the whole time. Driving off that back foot, I gotta transfer his weight. Okay, that's the second thing. Transfer the weight. I'm connected to him. Drive, and we get him up. Third thing, guys, knees are pinched. That's gonna allow us to keep our elbows in and our head up. If I don't have my knees pinched here, and I try to keep my head up, he's gonna put the leg down, and eventually my arms are gonna extend, and eventually he's gonna break my grip. If I don't keep my knees pinched and I try to hold his leg, we end up doing this. And now from here, he can start shoving my head down to the mat. He can start grabbing my belt and trying to flip me over. There's a whole bunch of things that he can start doing. So what I want to do instead is keep my elbows drawn in, but I keep my knees together. And that way my arms don't take the majority of the weight. So once I'm in here, I can have my hands locked above the knee. I can draw my elbows in, and I can keep my head connected to him. I'm not looking down, I'm looking through him. My temple is connected to him, okay? And the last thing, guys, we want to keep him hopping. Whatever finish we want, doesn't matter, okay? The important thing is that he's out of balance, okay? So I'm constantly moving directions. I'm turning him one way, I'm turning him the other way, I'm pulling him back, I'm pushing him forward, and then from here, we can start looking to get into our finishes, okay? And get the takedown or get the sweep. Okay, so hope that helps, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave your thoughts and comments down below, and if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks, guys.